that in itself can have a psychological edge on it, because before this point, Red was like, guess what? I'm 2-0 up, I'm all happy. I beat you 2-0 earlier today as well. I'm winning all the games. I'm going to go early game against you because I can do that fine. Didn't work for him.
It did.
Now, well, no, not for Red. For Harstem, though, he can now sit there and go, I've got a game off you. A game off you is so important. Psychologically, it means that, hey, I'm really happy. I can do this. I can beat you. That is an edge that you need to believe that. Because if you don't, it's not going to work.
It's not. You just have to believe in yourself. So, Mattles, would you do me the honors this time?
I would love to. In the top right position, we have got the red Zerg player, currently winning, well, only winning one game of this series, but getting one from being through in the winner's bracket. From Team Liquid, it is Rhett. And his opponent spawning in the bottom left position, the blue Protoss player. He just took a game off him. He had a smile on his face that was brighter than those lights. From Fnatic, it is Harstem. Okay, pylon on the low ground. This is new, uncharted territory. This game for Harstem at the moment. Like,
yeah. So he's just going to go for a standard game right now. You know, basically, what he did the previous two games, he always opened up with an in-base pylon.
Yeah.
Even on shorter maps, this would make any Zerg just keep guessing and just make them get the speed. Delay their third just to be safe, because versus good players, it's always a risk you're taking if you just by default believe, well, he's not gateway expanding. No. And if he is, he's gonna attack. So, you know, this time around, he's changing things up a little bit.
Oh, nice little probe. Come on, probe. Block this hatchery. Go on, you can do it. Okay. This is, again, one of those things, it's quite annoying. It delays your build by a couple of seconds as a Zerg player. It's frustrating more than anything else because you've got to take so much time, you've got to deal with the probe, then chuck down the hatchery. And Harstem actually delaying this hatch now for quite a long period of time, and even goes for the pylon block now, so he definitely no one is going down. Good move there. Red's now got to go and try and take the third. But you know what, that drone's going to meet down at the third?
Is he seriously going to double block him? Wait for it. Wait for it. Almost there. Okay. Almost, he's got the 100.
There we go.
Down.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
This is the moment as a Zerg player where you sit there
and you go.
And the vein in your head is just starting to throb a bit. You're just like, why are you doing this to me? I just want to make drones.
Look at this, Red getting 4 lanes, getting a drone, going to try to get his base up a little bit later, his third base a lot later. Well, you know, meanwhile, Harstem is going to be completely fine. Just get a cannon, just wall off. The investment definitely worth it. Look at this. His Nexus is almost finishing. The natural expansion for the Zerg just right now plucked down. What more could you want as a Protoss player?
You've got everything. Think of the other games. Red took his third base at like 3 minutes 55, 4 minutes.
Something like that.
He took his natural base far earlier. Both of them have been delayed until like the 4+ minute mark. It's always good. So the probe finally dies. Hero probe did his job. And so now will be sacrificed for the scouting information. Meanwhile, Harstem, by going for those 2 pylons, it has delayed things like his cybernetic core, but I completely agree with you. Very worthwhile investment.
You know, the cybernetic score, if you look at the timing, it's not delayed by that much, maybe by 10, maximum of 15 seconds, and then that's the maximum I'm willing to go with. So he's not that behind on tech. He is a little bit behind on the gas count, though, because his gases were a little bit later thanks to him putting down those 2 pylons. But, you know what, I wouldn't be surprised, I really wouldn't be surprised if Harstem followed this up, since he did manage to double block his opponent with early aggression straight from the get-go, because keep in mind, guys, if you deny the Zerg his hatcheries, both of them, it not only slows down their economy, but they have less larvae. They have larvae later than they would normally have had. So this is like maybe 2 production cycles of units already wasted. So if you follow this up with more aggression, targeting down drones instead of hatcheries, of course, you're going to keep the Zerg economy constantly low. And we already see the +1 getting down, the mothership core being built to gather up energy. I'm just waiting for the gateways to come down. Gases have not yet been taken.
No, they haven't. We've got +1 is on its way. So Harstem isn't committing to any key tech yet. We've seen him get this +1 and go for Robo, get this +1 and go for a big gateway play, get this +1 and go for a third is going to be the option now. So this third base, if Harstem's going to be able to keep it, which he probably will, it is going to get scouted by Red. So Red scouting this out, it's quite likely, as we saw in map on Belshir, send a couple of Zerglings down there and just be like, you're not having this. This is not going to be your base, you're not keeping him.
He's getting a Roach Warren as well. I'm not entirely sure if this is in response to seeing that third base, that he wants to put maybe a lot of aggression.
The Overlord saw all three of these additional gateways.
Oh
nice
yeah, in the
there.
back, so that's why. Well, you know, actually, I don't know, maybe Harstem can do a little bit of both. He does have that mothership core, so he can actually move out, try to put a little bit of hurt onto Rat.
Yep.
And when things get a little bit dicey, he will just recall to his third base and prevent it from going down due to a possible counterattack.
Yep, you're correct.
And we have a proxy pylon not too far from the third base going down for Harstem. It's out of the vision of that Overlord.
Yeah, that's
+1 is very nearly to being to finish. And well, what units does Red have on the ground? 8lings, and he's just getting drones. He's not even thinking about getting roaches after he saw that third base. Maybe he thinks, well, those 3 gates are just security gateways, just in case I attack him, so that he's got enough production.
Oh, 4 Zealots on the way into the third base. Look, this could do a lot of damage, Bo.
Oh my goodness, no roaches out on the field. Speed for the Lynx is miles away from being done. Roach speed just now started, only just now when the Zealots start hacking away at the third base. There is roach production seen in the production tab of the Zerg player. The third base has been completely evacuated. The Queen goes down.
Good snipe.
Great snipe by Harstem.
Losing that Queen, it's production. Even if the hatch doesn't fall, you've got less lava out. It's going to be frustrating. The Zerglings are coming back now. The roaches are there. This hatch will be safe. So, no, but just the lost mining time alone would be frustrating. We've got Phoenix getting a good look too.
Oh, look at this. Going for Swarm Hosts again. But this time it will have a different outcome, I fear. I mean, Harstem, this game, he's playing really, really his top game. He's not overcommitting to the full gate pressure. All he needed to do was to keep the Red army back home. Maybe get a Queen, maybe get a couple of drones, but this wasn't like a move that was supposed to knock out the third base straight up. And behind this, he's immediately transitioning into Colossus play.
So, at the same time, we have got, obviously, the first Swarm Host coming up. The roach speed is about to be completed. And apparently there's something wrong with the screen, unfortunately, on main screen, but we will just carry on, and you can listen to us tell the story of what's going on. So, at the moment, an Overseer is morphing. We've got... But yeah, we've just had a quick pause because there was a little bit of lag there.
Looks like the Observer lost the connection to Battle.net, by the looks of it. So we'll have to wait a little bit to resolve this issue.